Michel Barnier has come under severe pressure to end the threat of a no-deal Brexit amid the possibility of a massive funding hole for Brussels. Analysts have concluded the euro area could see a loss of €33 billion if the UK leaves without a deal. Amid the increased concern on the continent, analysts at Allianz have predicted Germany could be the biggest loser of a hard Brexit with a calculated €8.2 billion, £7.5 billion loss. Arne Botha, an analyst at Allianz, wrote, "The worst hit would be Germany, €8.2 billion, the Netherlands, €4.8 billion, and France, €3.6 billion. We expect a free trade agreement of the CETA++ type, on which an agreement will be reached by mid-November." Ms. Botha also claimed there is a 45% chance of a hard Brexit, which could have even worse consequences for the EU. The analysts also could not completely rule out an extension to the transition period, while also predicting the implementation of any deal to occur in the middle of next year. Coupled with the huge impact of the coronavirus pandemic, it has become increasingly important for both sides to sign a free trade agreement. Amid the backdrop of a possible no-deal Brexit, both Lord David Frost and his counterpart Michel Barnier held informal talks this week. Following the Boris Johnson's warning of a no-deal Brexit after the EU summit, Brussels has agreed to intensify talks. After talks with Lord Frost, Mr. Barnier said today, "My message, we should be making the most out of the little time left. Our door remains open." With time running out on a deal, German Chancellor Angela Merkel has urged both sides to make compromises in order for a deal to be agreed. During a press conference last week, she also insisted the EU would be willing to negotiate despite Mr. Johnson's warnings. She added, "We asked Britain to be willing to compromise. This of course means that we too have to make compromises. We are prepared to continue negotiating. We have seen light but of course also still shadows in the most recent negotiations, and if it is up to the European Union, and me personally, we should simply continue these talks. An agreement would be in mutual interest." Amid the pressure to agree a deal, the government was delivered a blow for its hopes of passing the UK Internal Market Bill today. Peers in the House of Lords voted 395 to 169 to amend the bill as it would allow the government to violate the withdrawal agreement. The government has argued the legislation is required in order to secure trade between the devolved nations. Due to the vote, it is now expected the legislation will be changed in order for it to be given royal assent. The government's agriculture bill is also passing through the parliament but has been criticised by some officials for alienating farmers. Malcolm Sinclair, the Earl of Caithness, claimed today during the debate, "The government has been unnecessarily obstructive and intransigent on this bill. And that is a huge sadness because they are alienating a lot of farmers and a lot of those who live in the country who see the government as being unnecessarily reluctant to accept any improvements to this bill."